the tops are very similar. They're kind of a gray, camo, grayish black. Their lettering and their names, or the name of the team, are in green. Whereas with the Crabs, their lettering on the camo jerseys are in red. But still, it may be a little confusing. Close plays at second base. We'll see what eventuates. It's an overcast evening tonight. We thought we were going to have sun for a little bit longer, but the clouds have pretty well taken over at this point. Just a few splotches of blue off in the distance, but I think we are going to have an overcast evening and somewhat cool for a late day in July, the 26th of July. A lot of folks already out in jackets and sweaters. Expect a good crowd for tonight's ball game. Each team comes in with enviable records. The Crabs an amazing 33 wins and only 4 losses on the season. The B52 Bombers also an outstanding record, 27 wins and only 7 losses, and they have won 6 in a row coming into tonight's tussle. So it's the old irresistible force meeting the immovable object, and tonight something's got to give, and we're excited to be able to be here and share it with you. If you can't come to the ballpark, glad to have you with us along our radio network and also our streaming efforts. The Crabs tonight are starting Matt Richardson, who comes in to tonight's ball game with a record of 1 win and no losses. This is his 11th appearance on the season, but I believe it's only his 2nd start of the year. At most his 3rd, but I believe it's his 2nd. And his last outing was a very successful one where he picked up his first victory. He also has a save pitching in relief, and in 25 1/3 innings, he has struck out 15 batters and walked. That's right, walked none. He has not given up a free pass all season long, and that can help contribute to his outstanding earned run average of 1.78. So it's Richardson on the mound for the Humboldt Crabs. For the B52 Bombers, they're sending to the mound Shane Gustafson, and like Richardson, Gustafson has been primarily used as a reliever this season. His record is 2 wins and a loss, but he also has 2 saves, and he has only pitched something like 17 1/3 or 17 2/3 innings to be precise. And in those 17 2/3 innings, he has struck out 26 batters and walked only 5, which helps account for his outstanding earned run average of 2.04. The Crabs, of course, have been on a hitting tear, rarely limited to less than 6 or 7 runs, and quite often compiling double-digit numbers on the scoreboard. But today tonight they're going to be going against one of the tougher hurlers that they've probably faced recently in Shane Gustafson. You may be able to hear in the background we are joined tonight, as we are most Fridays, by the Humboldt Crabgrass Band, the world-famous Crabgrass Band, and they'll also be with us for Sunday afternoons, or for Friday evening's ball game, and for Sunday afternoon's contest. And I want to tell you, we've got a great weekend series coming up with the Puff Caps, and that is the Pacific Union Financial Capitalists. The capitalists are invading the left-wing mecca of Arcata, and we'll have 3 ideological ball games this weekend. The Puff Caps are a very good ball club. They split with the Crabs last year. The Crabs won the first of the 2 contests, and then the Puff Caps came back and spanked the Crabs in the second outing. They did not compete formally, at least off 15, but Liam was saying that they were here for that tournament that concluded the season. And the year before that, they came in here and swept the Crabs. So this is a very good team. They consist of folks who have just graduated from high school, but who have Division I scholarships, which gives you an idea of the kind of talent they bring to the ballpark. All right, let me give you the lineups for the visiting B-52 Bombers. Leading off in center field will be Dustin Miller. Hitting second, Coco Figueiredo, the right fielder. Batting third at third base, J.Q. Falena. Batting cleanup at first base, Jeff Giacomini. Hitting fifth, the designated hitter, Dalton Seymour. Hitting eighth and doing the catching, Hunter Steve Ovalete. And on the mound for the B-52s, the aforementioned Shane Gustafson for the B-52 Bombers. And he'll be pitching to a Crabs lineup anchored by the leadoff hitter, Devin Lehman. Lehman serving as the designated hitter in tonight's ball game. Batting second in center field, Jeremiah Burks. Hitting third at third base, Kyle Callahan. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Ryan Myers. Hitting fifth, the left fielder, Alex Aguirre. Batting sixth in right field, Kyle Blakeman. Batting seventh, the second sacker, Patrick Chung. Batting eighth and doing the catching, Anthony Enwia behind the plate. And batting ninth at shortstop will be Jack Crowell. As mentioned, pitching tonight for the Humboldt Crabs will be Matt Richardson. The Crabs are being introduced to the crowd right now. The B-52 Bombers lined up along the first base line, and as soon as all the Crabs are introduced, the remaining Crabs that are not in the starting lineup will line up along the third base line, and then we will have our national anthem for tonight. Let's thank Humboldt Mortgage. Humboldt Mortgage has been committed to helping borrowers find quality financing for over 50 years. If you're buying a home, business, or land, Humboldt Mortgage will get it done. Call Bob Lawton at Humboldt Mortgage at 445-3027. That's Bob Lawton at 445-3027 with Humboldt Mortgage.
National anthem, and please sing along the performance of the national anthem from the world famous
Crabgrass Band now with our national anthem. All right, world famous Crabgrass Band with our national anthem tonight. Right-hander Matt Richardson will be taking his warm-up tosses in just a moment. First, we have our annual or our nightly, what do you call that? Ritualistic first pitch. Not a little bit high on that toss. All right. The umpires for tonight's ball game, Daniel Osborne will be behind the plate. Michael Cowan will do umping duties at first base, and Dan Murphy will be the third base umpire. Set the Crabs for you defensively as I'm joined by my battery mate, my radio broadcasting buddy, the professor.
Terry Doggett to your Vin Scully.
Nice, yeah, right. Nice to have you with us, my man. Good to have you.
All right.
Here.
It's great to be here. This is an important game. I think maybe the biggest game of the season in some ways for the Crabs.
That's what Liam said.
I agree with Liam.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, if you take a look at the Crabs lineup, I don't think Robin Guyver would disagree.
I don't think he would either. Although I don't see – oh, yeah. I was going to say, yeah, this is the big stick lineup.
Yeah. And but not to discount the importance of this game. I got to tell you, I think one of the toughest teams we're facing all year will be here this weekend
Yes.
in terms of the Puff Caps.
No, definitely. They're probably they may be the best team we've faced.
Along
but
with
this,
the Studs.
But this is
this is for bragging rights.
This is about bragging rights in the county. This is totally different.
Exactly.
I was just reading a piece today on ESPN about how even teams in the major leagues, for example, Texas doesn't want to deal Yu Darvish to Houston not because they're not in competition with not anymore, right? But they don't care. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't want Houston to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, particularly with Yu Darvish.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Anthony Enuia throws the ball down to second base, around the horn, and we're about ready to get underway. Dustin Miller to lead it off for the B52 Bombers. Left-handed hitting center fielder will be followed by Coco Figueiredo and J.Q. Falena. Matt Richardson, right-hander on the mound.
Yeah, we should be. Oh, really? Okay, we'll try to figure it out.
Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off out of play. Strike one. I guess we're not on the radio.
I don't be able to get it. As far as I know, we're on.
Well, we're having a little difficulties, and apparently we did last night, too. There was a lot of interruptions into last night's broadcast. Fastball misses away, and the count a ball and a strike to the left-handed hitting Miller. Matt Richardson on the mound, right-hander, rocks into the wind and comes home, and it's grounded to the right side. Patrick Chung dives but can't come up with it. It goes into right field for a single for Dustin Miller. So the B52's have the leadoff batter aboard in the top of the first inning, and that'll bring up Coco Figueiredo. Figueiredo also a left-handed hitter. Crabs defensively have Ryan Myers will be holding Miller on at first base, Patrick Chung at second, Jack Crowell is the shortstop, and Kyle Callahan at third. In the outfield, Alex Aguirre, Jeremiah Burks, and Kyle Blakeman from left to right. Richardson from the stretch. The pitch to Figueiredo is a fastball that sails wide, 1-0. Callahan about even with the bag at third base. Richardson at the set. The next pitch also misses outside, 2-0. As we mentioned, Richardson has not walked a batter in his 25 1/3 innings of pitching.
You mentioned that?
Did mention that. Prior to the game, so no jinx
that doesn't
involved.
count. Okay,
no,
good.
Doesn't count.
I'm relieved.
The next pitch misses wide, though. It is 3-0.
Of course, you did just mention it again, didn't you?
Shall I mention it once more? We could have a 4-pitch walk. Who knows? All right. Miller takes his lead at first. The 3-0 automatic is right down the heart of the plate for a called strike one. Three and one to Coco Figueiredo. Just underway, top of the first inning, runner on at first. The next pitch, strike two called, fastball, paints the black at the belt.
Close
and it's
pitch.
3-2. Miller edges off of first. Richardson at the set. The runner goes. The pitch is grounded to the third baseman. His only play is to first for the out. So by sending the runner, the B52's avoided the possibility of the double play, and they also got a runner in scoring position with only one out, and that'll bring up J.Q. Falena, right-handed hitting third baseman. I do not recall Falena in earlier ball games with the B-52s, so he may be a later addition to the club or may have just been out in those games. I don't
remember him either.
Right-handed hitter facing Richardson, and the first pitch to him is a curveball taken for a called strike one.
Or he could be a ringer.
Could be a ringer. We had the ringer tails, and they didn't do too well last night.
No, that was a sad story last night.
Yeah.
I feel like the ringtails basically gave up after about the fifth inning last night.
Yeah,
they just kind of decided.
Ground ball to the shortstop. Crowell is up with it. His throw to first is low, but scooped up by Myers. Didn't hit the dirt, just a low throw. On the play, Miller goes to third base. So Felena grounds out a Crowell to Myers, 2 down. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Jeff Giacomini. Giacomini, a 3-time Crabs most valuable player.
Oh, yeah. Had some great seasons with the Crabs.
Right-handed hitter, still packs a punch.
Sadly, now turned to the other side.
And the pitch to him, a breaking ball taken for a called strike one.
Just like Anakin Skywalker, or so I'm told.
Skywalker went bad, huh?
I guess, isn't that the dad? Isn't that the guy who painted Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker? I have no idea. But anyway, one of them did. Somebody did.
Good. In literature, somebody did something. I know that. Ground ball. It's a tough one. Down the third base line. Richardson up with it. The throw to first in time. Very fine fielding play by Matt Richardson on a slowly hit, almost a swinging bunt. A full swing by Giacomini, but it just rolled it down the third base line, and it took a great play by Richardson to get there and throw accurately to Myers at first for the out. So the B52's are denied in the first inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, one left. And at the end of half an inning, it's the B52's nothing. Crabs coming to bat. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to Slice of Humboldt Pie, whether you want a chicken pot pie made from scratch or a decadent slice of chocolate silk pie, Slice of Humboldt Pie will satisfy any craving. They're open every day. Crabs and Fans players get 10% off on Mondays just by wearing their Crabs gear. Slice of Humboldt Pie is just off the Arcata Plaza at 828 I Street at Bittersweet. Also, you can order a pie online.
The starter for the B-52 Bombers taking his warm-up pitches. And most of them were from a stretch position. We mentioned that he has largely been a reliever this season. But John St. John choosing to start him tonight. His numbers are impressive indeed. 2 wins, 1 loss, an earned run average of 2.04, 26 strikeouts in 17 and 2/3 innings,
that is
and
impressive.
Only 5 walks. Devin Lehman to lead it off, leading off for the Crabs, hitting .392 on the season, and the first pitch is wide, 1-0. Lehman has not played position now for over a week.
No, he's almost always in DH.
Yeah.
Yep.
The next pitch to him is taken just a bit high, 2-0. Over the plate, but a tad high. Home plate umpire Osborne indicates that it was up. Gustafson, again, working from the stretch exclusively. The 2-0 to Lehman. Fouled off to the left and out of place, 2-1.
I guess Lehman was playing mostly, where was he, at third base mostly? When he
Second
was
base.
Second base, so that allows him to get Chung in the lineup at the defense.
Yeah, good point. 2-1 to Lehman. He'll be followed by Jeremiah Burks and Kyle Callahan. The next pitch is a bit inside, 3-1. Those pitches are not missing by much. So hitters count for Devin Lehman, who leads the Crabs with a .392 average. The 3-1 offering in there for a called strike 2 at the knees, 3-2. Crowd still coming in. We're just underway.
Oh, and it's going to be a packed house. Parking. There's no parking within 4 blocks of the ballpark.
Curveball fouled at the plate, 3-2. That's right. Yeah.
Very difficult.
Is that why you
That's
were
why
late?
I was late.
I knew there was a reason.
Yeah. No, I was trying to find parking for the last 45 minutes.
Next time, bring a note from your mom. All right, 3-2 to Devin Lehman. Gustafson comes to the plate, and it's hit hard and foul. Well out of play. So we'll do it again, 3-2. Shane Gustafson. Three and two the count. Here it comes. Ground ball to the right side. Second baseman comes over on the outfield grass. Gets it, whirls and throws
Nicely
to
done.
first base. Nice play by Spencer Duggan. Oh, we saw him do that a few times in a Crab uniform. So a nice play by Duggan to retire Devin Lehman, and that'll bring up Jeremiah Burks. Let's set the B52's for you defensively. Hunter Harris in the squat behind home plate. Jeff Giacomini at first, the aforementioned Spencer Duggan at second. Steve Ovalete is the shortstop. J.Q. Felina at third. Burke stands in, and the first pitch to Jeremiah is a breaking pitch that's a called strike. Slider in there for a strike. In the outfield, Antonio Carvalho in left. Dustin Miller is the center fielder, and Coco Figueiredo patrolling right. The 0-1 pitch, same spot, strike two. Again, that sweeping slider, and he's ahead of Burks now. No balls and 2 strikes.
Burks batting .355, .510 on base percentage, and a .591 slugging average.
After 2 tantalizing slow sliders, he throws a fastball a bit wide. It's 1-2. Right-hander versus right-hander. Gustafson comes to the plate, and Burke swings and misses. Gustafson.
He doesn't strike out as much as Myers, but Burks is a similar hitter in some ways. He swings at a lot of pitches, and he swings hard, and he strikes out quite a bit. That's his 21st.
How many walks, though? He's got a lot of walks,
He's got
too.
more walks. He has 27. Well, actually, they have the same number of walks. They both have 27 walks. Myers definitely strikes out more, but...
Yeah. Here's Kyle Callahan. Callahan hitting .352 as we begin play tonight, and he takes a fastball right down the heart of the plate for a called strike 1.
Callahan slugging .560. Crab's got a regular murderer's row going with Aguirre, Callahan, Myers, and Burks.
The 0-1, swing and a miss. Fastball, outer part of the plate, and it's 0-2. So Shane Gustafson coming out throwing strikes here in the first inning. And he's ahead of Callahan, 0-2. The next pitch, curveball. Oh, just misses. It was over the plate, but a little bit high. Third baseman J.Q. Felina was heading to the B52's dugout. 1-2 the count now to Callahan. Gustafson at the set. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball got him. No, just got a piece of it to stay alive.
Got a break there because, no.
Little foul tip. I think the lights are going to be coming on early tonight.
The sun never really kind of barely broke through today. Mostly overcast now tonight.
Fastball away and the count even at 2.
And definitely chillier weather. And guess who forgot a sweater?
Oh, no. Well, you got your blankie. Benjamin's got his banky. All right. 2-2 the count now to Callahan. And the payoff pitch. High, ball 4.
Oh, the umpire's left hand. I don't know. He looked like he
loathe strikes. That are a little bit low, but they get the call. High strikes, even when it's within the range, they often don't get
I
it.
wonder why that is. I think that's probably true.
First pitch misses wide, a fastball to Ryan Myers. Myers comes into the ball game leading the club with both 8 home runs and 39 runs batted in, and sports a .381 average.
Well, he also leads in hits. He also leads in slugging at .678.
Breaking ball is taken for a called strike, and it's 1-1 to the Crabs' first baseman.
And he leads in on-base percentage at .513. Did you mention he also leads in RBIs?
I did do.
Yeah.
I did do that.
So he leads in almost every offensive category.
Yeah. Part of the Crabs' juggernaut. The 1-1 to Myers. Curveball taken for a called strike 2.
Tonight would be a really good night for him to tie the record for home runs.
Yeah, it would be a sweet time, wouldn't it? 1-2 to Myers. Callahan, a modest lead at first. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded at the plate off a fastball, so we'll do it again, a ball on 2 strikes. Still got a line of folks at the box office coming into the park. As Benjamin said, we're going to have a big crowd tonight. We already got one, and they're still coming. 1-2 the count now to Myers. Shane Gustafson is ready, and the pitch. High and outside with a fastball, and it's 2-2. Callahan not great speed at first, and he's not going to take the bat out of Ryan Myers' hands, so unless the count's 3-2, he's not going anywhere. It's 2-2 now. The 2-2 offering. Curveball got him looking.
Nice pitch. Myers doesn't like it.
And Myers is unhappy with that call, pointing to the plate, and he is hot. Myers having a few words for the home plate umpire.
Well, to be fair to Osborne, it was only about a foot outside.
Yeah, close enough. So Myers down on strikes, and the Crabs are going to the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left, and at the end of an inning, we're scoreless. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia, Eureka. Dalton Seymour, designated hitter for the B52's, to lead it off in the top of the second inning in a scoreless contest. Don't want to hear it. Don't I know. Heard it junior high. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 2. 0-2 to Seymour. He'll be followed by Spencer Duggan and Antonio Carvalho. Trying to keep us from FCC problems with my broadcasting, buddy. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball got him swinging. I'm not sure that was a fastball. He thought it was
like
a
slider to me.
Yeah, I think it slid a bit. First strikeout of the ball game for Matt Richardson, and that will bring up former Crabs standout Spencer Duggan. In Giacomini and Duggan, the B52's don't just have 2 former Crabs, they have 2 former standout Crabs. Spencer Duggan both with the bat and glove.
Oh, yeah, Spencer Duggan had some great years, too, with the Crabs.
Fastball taken for a strike at the knees, 0-1. Right-hander versus right-hander. The 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. Breaking ball at the knees, it's 0-2. Matt Richardson's 0-2 offering. Curveball grounded up the middle and into center field for a base hit. So Duggan takes a 2-strike pitch right up the middle. That's the second hit of the ball game for the B52's, and it'll bring up their left fielder, Antonio Carvalho.
Next up, left fielder number 2, Antonio Carvalho.
Carvalho, right-handed hitter. Duggan takes a lead at first base. The first pitch is hit on the ground to the third baseman on a high hop. He goes to second for one. That's all they're going to get. It was not hard hit, but a nice play by Callahan to get that high chopper and throw a strike to Patrick Chung at second, forcing out Duggan. Carvalho safe at first on the fielder's choice. There are now 2 down and a runner on first, and that'll bring up the catcher, Hunter Harris. Harris, right-handed hitting catcher. And the pitch to Hunter is hit foul and out of play off to the right. Oh, and 1 to the right-handed hitting catcher, Hunter Harris. The next pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike at the knees. It's 0-2. Richardson has been working ahead of the B52's, and that's not surprising. He has had command all season long. He's at the rest. The 0-2 throws behind the runner, and
nailed him.
Anwia got him. Anthony Anwia throws behind the runner. Carvalho at first base and picks him off, and that'll do it for the B52's in the second inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left after Anwia's great throw to first base. We're scoreless as we go into the top of the second. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka. Join us at Arcada's favorite cafe on the Arcada Plaza. That's Big Blue Cafe, serving breakfast all day and lunch from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Omelets, buttermilk pancakes, Karen's potatoes, biscuits and gravy, apple juice, soups, daily specials, clam chowder. Everything is fresh and everything is delicious. Try us once and you'll come back again and again. That's Big Blue Cafe on the Arcada Plaza. All right, Shane Gustafson out for his second inning of work for the B52's. Like Matt Richardson, very impressive. In his first inning of work, he did walk a batter, but he struck out 2. And he'll face Alex Aguirre, Kyle Blakeman, and Patrick Chung in the bottom of the second inning of a scoreless ball game. Right-hander versus right-hander. Gustafson again working from the stretch. And the first pitch is that sweeping breaking ball for a called strike 1.
Yeah, that's looks like a slider. It's pretty flat, and it's a nice pitch. He's located it well.
There's another one, that one a bit outside, 1-1.
That's the one that got Myers looking last half inning.
Well, it wasn't quite that outside.
Wasn't that? Well, yeah, indeed.
Here's the 1-1. There's the heater, and that's well outside. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Aguirre slugging .687 on the season. Wow.
The 2-1 pitch, ground ball fouled over past the Crabs dugout, and the count is even at 2. 2-2 to a gear. Gustafson comes to the plate with that
good
sweeping
pitch.
slider
Adios,
for a
got
called
him.
strike 3.
McGear didn't like to call it any more than Myers did last half inning.
There's a big break on that pitch. Sometimes you get fooled if you see a ball game from the center field camera, Major League ball game, and you'll see where the catcher catches it. You say, that was outside, but with a big curveball like that, it can break quite a bit between the point it touches the plate and the point it gets to the catcher's mitt. There's a line drive into left center field, and that's going to be in there for a base hit and more. Rounding first and heading for second is Kyle Blakeman. He's going to be in there with a stand-up double, the first hit of the ball game for the Humboldt Crabs. Blakeman pastes it into left center field toward the 394 side.
That's his 12th double of the season.
Next up, number 4, second baseman, Patrick Chung.
And that'll bring up Patrick Chung.
Chung comes in batting 295. 298.
Chung with 1 home run this season, and he's driven across 21.
Hit the ball hard a few times last night.
Did he? I guess a lot of Crabs did, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say, so did everybody else.
All right, Crabs with a runner in scoring position at second and 1 out. Left-handed hitting Chung to face the right-hander Shane Gustafson. The pitch. Chung hits it foul, out of play, strike 1.
Actually, last night the Crabs really didn't have that many extra base hits. The opposing team gave up 8 walks and 4 hit batters. That accounted for a lot of their runs.
Wow. Excitement. Fastball just misses away, and the count 1-1.
Oh, yeah, by the 9th inning, the place was rather
fairly
quiet.
empty.
Yeah,
I would guess. 1-1 the count. Blakeman takes his lead at second. And now the pitcher steps off the rubber. Back on, shortstop Ovalete trying to harass Blakeman at second base. The pitch to Chung is a curveball that catches the outside corner to the left-handed hitter. It's 1-2. Crab batters think the umpire's got a wide strike zone. Daniel Osborne, the home plate ump, would argue the pitcher's got a big sweeping curveball. The 1-2 pitch, there it is again, but that time it stays up, and it's 2-2. Two and 2 to Chung. Blakeman takes his lead at second. Gustafson looks back. Second baseman comes back, the throw, and safely back in is Blakeman. So Duggan came over to try and sneak behind Kyle, but Blakeman back in time.
I really like Osborne. That's Dan Osborne behind home plate, we said? No, Dan O'Hearn.
Dan Osborne.
Dan Osborne.
Yeah.
I like his style when it's a called strike.
High pop-up on the left side in foul territory. It's the third baseman moving under it, and Felina makes the catch for the second out. So Chung, a pop foul to third, and it'll bring up Anthony Enuia. You were saying, Benjamin?
I was saying when he just makes a called strike and it's not the third strike, it's kind of a ballet move he does where he stands out on one foot and points towards left field. But then when it's a strike, called strike 3, he does kind of a disco move and jerks his arm out. And so he's sort of influenced by a couple different dance traditions there and makes him kind of entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I enjoy an umpire who puts himself into it. Here is Enuia. Anthony hitting .312 as we begin play. A couple of home runs and 26 runs driven across. Blakeman a one-out double at second. Now there are 2 gone. Blakeman's going. The pitch is wide. The throw to third base is not going to be in time. He gets away from the third baseman, and Blakeman's going to score. So an errant throw to third, trying to get Blakeman, and Kyle manufactures a run for the Humboldt Crabs. So credit Blakeman with his 11th steal of the year. That ties Jeremiah Burks in that department. And then he scampers home on the air by Hunter Harris. And the Crabs take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning.
That's not the first time he's done that either. Gotten a second, stolen third, and come around on a throwing error. Yeah. That
is a manufactured run. Oh, and the next pitch plunks Anthony Enuia, and he heads to first base. So a 2-out hit batter, and that'll bring up Jack Crowell. Jack has steadily been creeping that average up, and he's almost to 300
he's at
now.
299 coming into the ball game.
And Wea leads from first, held on there by Giacomini. The first pitch is hit hard on one hop to the shortstop. Ovalete tosses to Spencer Duggan for the fielder's choice, the force out, and that'll do it for the Crabs in the second inning. 1 run. There was 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left, and at the end of 2, it's the Crabs 1 and the B52's nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcata, Eureka. Ba, 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 ba.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to the Arcata Scoop. Try their homemade organic super premium ice creams and sorbets. Their daily flavors are posted on their Facebook page. The Scoop is at 1068 I Street in Arcata. They're open noon to 10:30 every day except Tuesdays. And tonight you can go there and celebrate a Crabs win.
We shall see.
We'll see.
We shall see.
Let's hope at least.
All right, top of the third inning. It'll be Hunter Harris, whose error allowed Kyle Blakeman, who swiped third base, to scamper home with the only run of the ball game. 1-0 Crabs here in the top of the third. Matt Richardson the windup, and his first pitch is taken for a called strike 1. Harris will be followed by Steve Ovalete, and then the top of the order and Dustin Miller. Richardson's 0-1, fastball grounded foul at the plate, so Matt ahead 0-2. Richardson has been ahead of B52 hitters consistently in the first 2 innings. He has fanned one, has not walked anybody. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He has now struck out 2. Harris down on strike swinging, and that will bring up the shortstop, Steve Ovalete. Oh, it's Ouellette. Is it Ouellette?
It's Ouellette.
Ouellette.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was thinking that was a V. It's Ouellette. Steve Ouellette, the shortstop. And the first pitch to him is a fastball swung on and missed, strike 1. Ouellette, a big guy. Long, lean, right-handed hitter. And he takes that pitch for a called strike 2. Fastball between the knees and the belt, and it's 0-2 to Ouellette. Richardson comes in with a high, hard one, and it is high. It's 1-2. Well, here we are in the top of the third inning. Benjamin, we still got people coming into the park. Curveball, and he fouls it, jammed him, and hit it over by the Crab dugout. So we'll do it again, a ball and 2 strikes. The B52's, a single in each of the first 2 innings. Dustin Miller, their leadoff hitter, got as far as third base in the first, but was stranded there. Next pitch bounces at the plate, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ouellette. Two and 2 the count to Ouellette. And the pitch. Lined into left field, coming in and making the catch is Alex Aguirre for the second out. So Ouellette lines to left, 2 gone, and that'll bring up Dustin Miller. Did you see the email that we got from Tracy Mack indicating that...
I didn't. I was at work today.
Well, see what happened was...
I'm not retired.
There were other teams in here with games. And so
today?
She sent out an alert, pencil sharpener alert.
I purchased 2 new pencil sharpeners last night just so they would, and I'm happy to say they're still here, although someone, now that you mention it.
Oh, here we go. Fastball.
Apparently last season someone used half of a scorebook that I had stored up here. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Somebody used half of it, and I think I know who it was. I'm not going to name names, but I think I know who it was. It was someone here who scored half the Crabs games in my scorebook.
Oh, my goodness.
And so I went to use it because I used up my first scorebook, and half of the who just takes the scorebook off the shelf and starts using it.
Was it Crab games?
They were Crabs games, yeah. So it was somebody.
How could they do it when you weren't here?
So they apparently did it while I was here, and I wasn't paying attention. I was busy calling the game and doing all the important stuff that I do for the Crabs.
I know.
Meanwhile, this person was using my scorebook.
3-0 the count to Dustin Miller. And the pitch. And it's over but low. So on 4 pitches, Miller draws the first walk given up all season by Matt Richardson. A 2-out walk, and if you're going to walk somebody...
That's the time to do it, right?
That's definitely the time to do it. Miller with some speed at first base. He'll be held on by Ryan Myers as the left-handed hitting Coco Figueiredo comes to the bat. Figueiredo grounded out third to first in the first. Miller takes his lead at first. The pitch to Figueiredo is over at the knees for a called strike 1.
And they tore the cover off my scorebook.
This is criminal activity that's just kind of unbelievable. The 0-1 pitch is fouled back out of play, so it's 0-2 now. And again, except for that walk, Richardson has been ahead of hitter after hitter.
It's like coming to my house and just helping yourself to my refrigerator, which I usually tell people is fine, but, you know, I mean,
it's sad.
Without asking.
I'm going to bring my violin. If I can get any sadder, I'm going to bring my violin. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just misses inside, and Richardson thought he had strike 3, and they're having some problems. Both sides are having some issues with home plate umpire Daniel Osborne tonight.
Well, I think in some ways it's not that consistent either. I mean, I guess that's kind of the problem I think they have.
Runner goes. The pitch is inside. The throw to second base on the bounce, and it gets by
the
shortstop, Crowell. Had he been able to come up with it, it was going to be a really close play.
I think he would have gotten him if he'd been able to hang on. The ball definitely beat the runner.
So credit Miller with a stolen base. The count now 2-2 on Figueiredo.
That was a great throw by Anwea.
It was. It was on the bounce, but it was right there, right on the bag. All right, 2-2 to Figueiredo. B52's with a tying run on at second base with 2 gone here in the top of the third. The 2-2 pitch. Down low, 3-2. So a full count now to Figueiredo. Richardson at the belt and the payoff pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3 at the knees. And
Figueiredo knew it.
Figueiredo knew it. No argument about that one. That's the third strikeout of the ball game for Richardson, and the B52's are denied in the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left at the end of 2.5. The score remains Crabs 1, B52's nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka. If you're a reporter, you always want to get the scoop. And the same is true if you're looking for ice cream, because Arcata Scoop has homemade, organic, super premium ice creams and sorbets. Find our daily flavors posted on our Facebook page, everything from chocolate to boysenberry swirl, lemon poppy seed, and so many more. Arcata Scoop is located at 1068 I Street in Arcata. They're open from noon to 10:30 every day except Tuesday. All right, Devin Lehman to lead it off in the top of the third, or the home half of the third for the Crabs. Left-handed hitter swings at the first pitch and fouls it out of play, strike one. Lehman grounded out second to first in the first inning. He'll be followed by Jeremiah Burks and Kyle Callahan. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt, a ball and a strike. Crabs only have one hit, but Kyle Blakeman made that paid off, a booming double to left center field. He then stole third and scampered in as the throw to third was errant and bounced into left field. He trotted home for the only run of the ball game. There's a high fly ball foul off to the left out of play. It's 1-2 to Lehman. Lights now coming on at the ballpark. Cool evening. Late July ball game. Ground ball just foul over by the first base coach. Detman scoops it up and throws it back. A ball and two strikes to Lehman. Shane Gustafson is ready and the pitch. Curveball is popped out of play. Slow breaking pitch, Lehman able to fight it off. One and two to the Crabs leadoff hitter. Lehman set. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball is grounded down to the second baseman. Up with it is Duggan, and Spencer throws him out, one away. So Lehman, for the second consecutive at bat, grounds out a second to first, and that'll bring up Jeremiah Burks.
There he is, our bat boy, Dylan Jimenez.
Crab bat boy introduced to the crowd, Dylan Jimenez tonight.
Next up, number 8, Jeremiah Burks.
Here's a right-handed hitting Jeremiah Burks, hitting .355 when we began play tonight, and he takes the first pitch into left field for a base hit. Solid line drive between third and short, and Burks is on with a one-out single. That'll bring up Kyle Callahan.
Next up, number 35, Kyle Callahan.
Callahan walked in his first plate appearance. Burks held on by Giacomini at first base. Jeremiah a threat to steal. Gustafson comes to the plate, and it's over but low, 1-0. One and 0 to Callahan. The pitch. Kyle hits it hard but foul down the left field line. It's well out of play. 1-1 the count. If you didn't hear, the Giants won their second in a row today behind Jeff Smarja. 2-1 ball game. They may not lose again this season. 1-1 now to Callahan. Left-handed hitter facing the right-handed Shane Gustafson. Gustafson goes to first base, and back on his hands is Burks. Diving back in. One and one to Callahan. Again, a throw to first, and that was close. 1-1 to Callahan. The pitch. Burks goes. The throw to second base, and he's in there. The throw was to the shortstop side of the bag.
Other side, he's a dead duck.
Yeah, had he been to the second base side of the bag or the other side of the bag, they'd have probably had him.
That gives Burks 12.
He goes back in the lead. Blakeman stole one earlier.
Neither one of them's been caught.
The count, a ball and 2 strikes on Callahan, and now Burks in scoring position. Gustafson at the set, and the pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Second baseman over. Duggan's got it. Throw to first in time. What a fine play again by Spencer Duggan, going to the outfield grass, slipping, getting it on his knees, getting up and throwing out Callahan on the play. Burks moves to third. There are 2 down, and it'll bring up Ryan Myers. Myers was caught looking in the first inning. Burks 90 feet from home. There are 2 outs. Infield, of course, back all the way around. And the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a call. Strike 1. The left fielder is playing, I think, a little bit shallow for someone with a Ryan Myers power. We'll see. Slider is well outside, and the count even at 1. Am I under?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
An optical illusion? It seems to me the left fielder is playing pretty shallow for Ryan Myers.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is pretty shallow. He's going to try to get Burks at home, I suppose, is the idea.
Well, there's 2 outs, so that doesn't. Curveball just a bit inside, 2-1.
Well, maybe on a single.
No.
I don't see that happening myself, but I can't think of any reason why it'd be so shallow. I guess I'm not saying it's a good reason.
Yeah. The next pitch, curveball swung on and missed. Oh my goodness!
Ryan
Myers.
One. Yep.
Ryan Myers came out of his shoes on that one because it flattened out a bit, but he missed it, and it's 2-2.
Gustafson's lucky he did miss it because that was hung up there.
Here's the 2-2. Fastball is hit slowly to the third baseman. He's up with it. The throw's across the diamond in time to retire Myers and the Crabs in the third inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left, and at the end of 3, it's the Crabs 1 and the B52's nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
All right, let's get a broadcaster in here to get him some runs. Yeah.
Harbor Motors has been serving the North Coast for more than 100 years. Check out the latest models, new and used. Hey, we'll get back to Harper Motors, but it's time to get back to the ball game. And for all the action, here's everybody's favorite professor, Benjamin Schaefer.
All right, Felina to lead it off for the B52's. And actually, I believe he did play last time because remember I asked about the Marty Robbins song, El Paso.
Oh,
and then
that's right.
I said, isn't
Felina.
there a character, isn't the woman's name in El Paso Felina?
You're right. Yeah, you get to your age, you start forgetting things, Benjamin. That's all I can say.
I'm the one that remembered.
Oh, are you?
He grounded it short in his first at bat. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the B52's. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Crabs. The B52's error did lead to Crabs' unearned run. Here's the pitch, and he taps it off home plate. So the count now 0-2. Matt Richardson out on the mound for the Crabs. full house here at the ballpark. Everybody here to watch the crosstown rivals take each other on. So now there's a brief break in the game. I'm not sure as they're replacing some of the baseballs. And now ready to go. Felina steps back into the box. 0-2 the count. And the pitch. Hits him on the elbow. 0-2 pitch. That's no good. And that brings Giacomini to the back. Grounded back on a swinging bunt back to the pitcher in the first inning. On a nice play by Richardson. So Felina over at first. Nobody out. Big Jeff Giacomini. All right, here we go. Felina takes his lead. It's a big one over there at first. And the pitch from Richardson's a fastball right down the heart of the plate for a called strike. It's 0-1.
Richardson walked the first batter he's walked this season. That was the second batter, however, that he has plunked.
Felina got a big lead over there, and Richardson's not paying a lot of attention to him. He asked for the signs again. Oh, 0-1 the count now to Giacomini, and the next pitch is a breaking pitch fouled out onto F Street. 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Lined into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Felina's going to hold it second. And now the B52's got something going with runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's Seymour, the DH. Struck out in his first at bat. He's showing bunt, and he does bunt it back towards third base. Off the mound is Richardson, and he kicks it into foul territory. That'll be an error on Richardson, and it'll load the bases. Well, that's a huge break for the B52's there. Base is loaded, nobody out now. Richardson just couldn't get his glove on it.
Well, you're the official scorer. I would be tempted to call that a base hit. I'm not sure if he'd have fielded that ball. He's running away from first base. That would have taken a heck of a play to be able to turn, wheel, and throw him out at first. But you're the man.
Well, that's a good point.
You're the man.
That's a well-taken point. Yeah, let's call it a hit.
All right.
I think you are right about that.
Okay.
I just want to blame somebody because I'm angry.
All right. No. Got to hold him here.
So base is loaded.
Duggan.
0-1 now to count to Duggan. Here's the pitch. And he misses down low. 1-1. The 1-1. High hopper down to short. They're going to go to second for one, back to first for the 6-4-3 double play. Meanwhile, did he get him at first? Yes. Meanwhile, the run scores. Are they ruling him safe or out at first? I thought they ruled him out.
Out. They ruled him out.
Yeah. And now there's a debate over there between the first base coach. But the run comes in to tie it. The Crabs take the double play. So Felina comes in. No RBI for Duggan. on the play. Giacomini goes to third. So we're tied at 1 now. I don't know what the beef is. He wasn't that close to play at first.
All right.
At any rate, 2 outs now, and Giacomini over at third. That's a big play for the Crabs to get the double play.
That was a tough DP.
It was a high hopper.
Yeah, it was not hit that hard, and
Crowell had to hurry it.
Duggan is no slacker going down the line, so a nice play by both Crowell and then Chung to turn it.
Crabs have just been. There's a pitch down and away, 1-0. They turned, I think, 3 last night, but they, up the middle, they are just so solid. They have turned. I don't know how many double plays. We don't have that on the stats. I'd like to look that up because I think it's quite a few.
Yeah, I think so too.
The 1-0 pitch. There's a ground ball out to second. Should end the inning. Chung throws him out, and that does end the inning. So there was a run on 2 hits. There were no errors and a runner left, and at the end of 3.5, we're tied at 1. This is exciting. Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Harbor Motors has been serving the North Coast for more than 100 years. Check out all the latest models, new and used. Look for the Carousel 2 miles north of Eureka or visit us online at harbormotors.com. Harbor Motors is donating $50 to District 26 Little League for every home run the Crabs hit this season. Thank you to Harbor Motors.
So I'm not sure what's going on, but the home plate umpire, Osborne, just gestured up number 7. And I think maybe, no, he didn't go in for Spencer Duggan, and he didn't go in for the pitcher. So I don't know what 7 is supposed to mean. So there's been a change somewhere on the B52's side, but I don't know where it is. At any rate, we'll figure it out, I suppose. Here's Alex Aguirre, struck out looking in his first at bat. Tied at 1, bottom of the 4th inning, a good ball game between the Crabs and the B52's. Here's the pitch from Gustafson, and there's that slider that misses high. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 is tap foul over towards the Crabs dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. The 1-1 breaking pitch catches the inside corner. Good pitch. So a ball and 2 strikes now to Aguirre. Called strike 3, another breaking pitch, and Aguirre just turns and walks away. That's the second time tonight he's been caught on that pitch. And Crabs are going to have to adjust. He's been calling that a strike, and he's going to keep calling it a strike. And so they're going to need to start swinging at it. One away. Here's Blakeman. Doubled, then stole third and scored on the catcher's throwing error for the only run of the game for the Crabs. The lights are on. Overcast night at the ballpark. Here's the pitch. Fastball is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1. There's the slider, and he's way out in front of it. 0-2 now to Blakeman. The double Blakeman hit was off the fastball in the second inning. He got a fastball out over the plate, Gustafson did. But the Crabs are having a lot of trouble with that slider. Here's the 0-2. And there's a fastball that misses inside. Blakeman thought about going around and held up.
Behind the stands, folks. Behind the holding the stands. Slice of the ball.
1-2 the count. Misses away with the slider. 2-2. Here's the 2-2 outside again. So the count now full to Blakeman. Three-two pitch. Tapper out to the second base, takes a couple of high hops. Duggan throws him out for out number 2. That brings Patrick Chung to the bat. Chung fouled out to the third baseman in his first at bat.
Next up, number 4, Patrick Chung.
And the pitch to Chung is fouled off the catcher's mask and up against the backstop. No balls and 1 strike is the count. The 0-1. Breaking pitch is hit into center field, and the center fielder is going back. He reaches up and makes a nice running catch. Dustin Miller out in center field to put that one away for out number 3. So Chung gave it a ride, but Miller with a nice play to end the inning. Crabs go in order in the 4th. We're tied at 1. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
At California State and Federal Employees Credit Union, we're all local, all Humboldt, all the time. We offer free checking with no balance or transaction requirements. Plus, we have low rates on loans to help with all your banking needs. Give us a call at 800-440-8662. Join today for free and start enjoying the many benefits of credit union membership.
Harris, Ouellette, and Miller to bat. Richardson winds and deals, and it's a foul ball past the third base coaching box. 0-1 to Hunter Harris, struck out in his first at bat. The 0-1, this is in there for a strike at the knees, 0-2. Now, sometimes he just calls it like a strike. He just puts his arm up. But other times he does a little ballet move when he calls it. And there's strike 3, swung on a miss. So Harris down for the second time tonight. And I guess it just depends on how he's feeling it. You know, it's kind of a, you know, it is art, right? So Home plate umpire either feels like the ballet move or he just feels like lifting his arm, and he's either inspired by the pitch or, it's just another strike. Here's the pitch now to Ouellette, and there's a grounder over to third. Picked up by Callahan. He throws him out. 2-way. That brings Dustin Miller to the bat. Miller has singled and walked so far tonight. He has a stolen base. Made a nice play to end the last half inning. Here's a fastball right down the middle. What did he call it? Oh, he called it a ball for ball one. Right down the middle for ball one. Here's the next pitch. And there's a grounder up the middle. Over to get it is Chung. Moving away. Throws to first. And not in time. A nice play by Patrick Chung. It was a close play. Myers is arguing the call, but the first base umpire is saying he beat it. The ball was hit towards the middle. Chung was moving away from first base and had to twist his body to throw it and couldn't get a lot on the throw. So that'll go as an infield hit for Miller. That's his third hit of the night. Second hit of the night. Third time he's been on base. And with 2 outs, here's Figueiredo. 0 for 2. Grounded to third and struck out looking. Fifth hit of the night for the B52's. Coco Figueiredo, left-handed hitter. Miller over at first. Takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Down low. Toss to first, and runner dives back safely. Now another toss, and he almost threw that one away. Myers. Nice play to grab it. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, 2-0. The 2-0. Grounder on the right side. Over to get it is Chung. And throws on the run and gets him for out number 3. So for the B52's in the top of the 5th inning, no runs. There was a hit, a runner left. And at the end of 4.5, we're tied at 1. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Just got word from the indefatigable Tracy Mack that a new shirt honoring the founders of the Humboldt Crabs is now on sale at the souvenir stand. It honors the first founder of the Humboldt Crabs, which would be Lou Bonamini.
The founder.
The founder. The first general manager of the Humboldt Crabs, Ned Barsulia, and the first president of the Crabs board of directors when it became a public corporation in the mid-90s, Jerry Nutter. I'm going to get me that shirt before this season's out. All right, here we go. Bottom of the fifth. Tie ball game. We got a good one, Benjamin.
Yeah, we do. Pitchers duel. And we have Crowell and Lehman to bat here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Shane Gustafson, Roxanne deals a fastball inside, almost hit him, Dan Weah. And Weah hit by a pitch already once tonight. Ringtails hit 4 Crabs batters last night. Here's the next pitch, and there's a breaking pitch that misses inside. 2-0 now to Weah. From the belt, the 2-0 from Gustafson misses inside again, and it's 3-0. Pitch. Fastball is right down the middle for a called strike, and Weah taking all the way. 3-1. A very light breeze blowing out towards center field, and that next pitch is down low, and that's ball 4. Although I guess, yeah, nobody's clear on what the call was, and Weah didn't know. So now he's heading down to first. And the umpire just kind of got up and walked away. I don't know if I couldn't tell if he was quitting or if he just, what was going on. He just kind of got up and started to walk towards the backstop. So he's a little bit hard to read. So at any rate, and Weah's over at first. Here's Crowell, and he promptly lashes one down left field line. It's going to go foul. Crowell hit into a fielder's choice in his first at bat. He was out in front of that one. He hit it hard, but right into the Crabs bullpen.
Hey, happy birthday to Saunders of Sacramento from your friend, whose new age is advertised as 33. Have a great birthday.
And Weah over at first. Very short lead. Here's the 0-1 to Crowell. Fastball taken for a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch. 0-2. The 0-2 over his head with a slider, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Ooh, the slider misses outside and low. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball back to the pitcher. He's going to go to second for 1 and back to first. Not in time. So Crowell aboard on the fielder's choice. And Weah forced out 1-6 for the first out of the inning. And here's Lehman, 0 for 2, grounded to second twice.
Leading the lineup, the Humboldt Crabs designated hitter number 14, Devin Lehman.
Lehman, left-handed hitter. Twice now he's pulled that slider out to second base. On the ground out to second base. Here's the pitch, and he takes a fastball away. The 1-0 fouled up against the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And Crowell out at first. And here's the 1-1. Down low, 2-1. The 2-1. Fastball catches the inside corner. And now the count even to Lehman. The 2-2. Fouled out of play.
Hey, big birthday shout out to Sarah. Someone's BF ×5. Whose hometown was given 3 stars. Stars, love you, girl.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And we are over at first. Tie ball game. Bottom of the 5th inning. And the next pitch is hit foul past third base, just past the third base line. Two and 2 the count. The 2-2 breaking pitch is called. Strike 3 on the inside corner. That was a beautiful pitch. Cut right over the heart of the plate. And Lehman gone on strikes. That is what? 1, 2, 3, 4th strikeout. 5th strikeout for Gustafson. And with 2 away, here's Burks. Struck out in the first inning and then singled in the third. Stole a base and ended up being stranded at third. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses outside. And Crowell's still over at first. There are 2 outs. And here's the pitch. Outside, again, a little bit high as well. 2-0 to Burks. And the pitch. Ooh, he tried to hold up on the slider and couldn't do it. 2-1. That is a wicked pitch Gustafson has. The 2-1. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. No throw down to second. So Crowell has a stolen base. Meanwhile, the count's 2-2 to Burks. The 2-2 fouled up against the screen. That's Crowell's 8th stolen base. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Crowell out at second. Tie ball game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. 6th strikeout now for Gustafson, and that ends the inning for the Crabs. No runs. There were no hits. There were no errors. A runner left, and at the end of 5, we're still tied at 1. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Felina, Giacomini, and Seymour to bat in the top of the 6th inning with the score tied at 1.
Crabgrass Band doing one of the favorites. Sweet Caroline.
Everybody loves Sweet Caroline.
As Jake Martin used to go, he led them on the pa-pa-pas. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
All right, middle of the order. Big inning, 6th inning. Here we go.
All right, here's Felina to lead it off. Grounded to short. Hit by a pitch and scored the only run of the game for the B52's. Richardson. Roxanne comes home with a fastball in there for a strike at the knees on the inside corner. Dark as the night, darker than night were the eyes of Felina.
El Paso, Marty Robbins.
0-1 the count. Breaking pitches in there for a called strike, 0-2. I think it might be blacker than night. Anyway.
Yeah, it was blacker than night with the eyes of Felina.
Sad story. 0-2 the count. And that's in the dirt, 1-2.
Based on a true episode, I'm told.
Is it really?
No.
Oh, I was going to say based.
True episode in the Brill building when they wrote songs.
1-2 the count. I'm sure there are. There are true stories, of course, that are similar. Fouled up against the backstop. 1-2. Now Richardson with a long look in. Here's the 1-2 to Felina. Tap foul over towards the Crabs dugout. So the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Giacomini on deck. Seymour to follow. One run, 5 hits, 1 error for the B52's. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Crabs. Shakes off the sign, does Richardson, and now another one. Now he's going to ask for a replay of the signs as Giacomini calls for time. He's still shaking off signs. Now he's happy. Here we go. And the pitch is a fastball fouled out of play. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Breaking pitches hit hard on the ground. Third knocked down by Callahan. He gets up and throws him out. Nice play by Kyle Callahan. That ball was smoked. Callahan going to his knees. Picked it up cleanly and threw him out. So Felina gone. Here's Giacomini.
Good representation of why they call it the hot corner.
That's right.
That was smashed.
Giacomini tonight is grounded back to the pitcher and then singled and was stranded at third in his last at bat. Here's the pitch. And he takes a fastball inside. This game rolling right along. Here's the next pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. 2-0. Already in the 6th inning. We're only an hour and a half in. Or actually only about an hour and 20 minutes in. Here's the 1-1. And that misses outside in the dirt. 2-1.
Not a lot of walks. Not a lot of free first bases.
That's right. We had a half inning last night that had to take at least a half hour for the Crabs, one of them. And then the other one was almost as long. Next pitch misses low because the Ringtails just walked batter after batter, it seemed like, in that one inning.
That's sad.
3-1 the count. And the pitch. Ball 4. So he walks Giacomini. That's the second walk he's issued tonight and second of the season. Now with Giacomini over first, here's Seymour, the DH. Struck out and singled.
Yeah, that little bunt
That's right. We decided to call a single after all, right?
Yeah.
Last call for 50-50 tickets. Next up, number 10, Dalton Seymour.
So Dalton Seymour steps up with Giacomini over at first and 1 out. Crabs a double play depth up the middle, obviously. Here's the pitch. Oh, high and tight with a fastball. One 0 the count. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball right down the middle for a called strike, and it's 1-1 now. The 1-1 check swing on a fastball in the dirt, 2-1. Oh, did he go around? Okay. So they're ruling that he swung at it. So 1-2 then the count rather than 2-1. Here's the 1-2. Breaking pitches hit hard but foul past third base. Here comes the 1-2. Foul tip got him. 2 away. So Seymour goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. That's the fifth strikeout for Richardson. And with 2 away, here's Spencer Duggan. Singled and hit into a grounder and a double play. This is not Duggan. That's what I thought. That's what he meant. So Duggan came out of the game after that play at first. He must have gotten injured. So this is Jordan Hart, as a matter of fact, in for Duggan. So let's hope Spencer's okay and it's not anything. I mean, he walked off on his own, so I'm sure he's just out for the game. So here's Hart, and he hits one off the hands and in foul territory. And it's going to drift over towards the concession area and out of play. So 0-1 to Jordy Hart. And the next pitch is a fastball low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Hart. Giacomini's still over at first. Next year, if these teams, if we officially organize something, there's a pitch down and away, 2-1. We should play at least one of the games at Bomber Field in Eureka, seems to me.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
I think it'd be fun to have a home and away tourney.
That's
3
right.
at each place.
That's right. That'd be great, wouldn't it? 2-1 is a strike on the outside corner, 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Giacomini over at first. Tie ball game, top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Fastball is a strike, and the throw down, they got him. He's out, so there's no reason to throw to first. And that's the 6th strikeout for Richardson, and it ends the inning. No runs. There were no hits, a runner left, and at the end of 5.5, we're tied at 1. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Ultimate Yogurt. Try more than 10 ever-changing yogurt flavors with a ton of toppings that'll make your head spin. Ultimate Yogurt is locally owned, a great place to bring your crabby kitties. They can make up their own cups exactly how they like them. Ultimate Yogurt has 2 locations, one in Eureka and one close to the ballpark here in Arcata. Check us out and go Crabs go. All right, bottom of the 6th, we got a humdinger of a ball game.
Oh, yeah.
Tied at 1.
All right, Kyle Callahan lead it off for the Crabs. And the first pitch from Gustafson misses outside. Callahan, Myers in the gear. Callahan walked in his first appearance, then grounded at second. Here's the pitch, and he hits that one high in the air to center field. Going back on it is Myers, still back at the warning track, and he has it for out number 1. Here's big Ryan Myers, struck out looking in his first at-bat and then grounded to third. Looking for home run number 9 to tie the single-season wood bat record. Here's the pitch. And he hits one on the hands and loops it out towards center field. Now it's going to take a crazy hop and
Boy, that had some spin
skip
on
out
it,
into
didn't it?
center field. Yep.
Coming into this inning, Benjamin, Gustafson had thrown 90 pitches. And the reason I mention that is he's only pitched 17 2/3 innings all season coming into tonight. So that's a lot of pitches
yeah,
for someone who's been used primarily in relief.
That's a good point, Hoke. Let's hope that
he's tiring.
he's tiring.
He has pitched well.
He's pitched
as
very
has
well.
Richardson. Both of them have been admirable, to say the least.
So here's the gear. Struck out, caught looking twice now tonight, and he swings and fouls that one up against the backstop. 0-1 the count. So Myers over at first. That was not a typical Ryan Myers hit.
No. Had some English on it.
Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside, 1-1. The 0-1. There's a fastball that's on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 1-2. We have a left-hander warming up in the B52's bullpen, and somebody just starting to move around out in the Crabs bullpen as we head into the 7th inning. Here's the 1-2, and he takes that one outside. Close pitch.
Yeah, it's worth noting
but it's
also.
2-2 now.
Worth noting also that Matt Richardson has primarily been a reliever this year. He had a start. This is his second start, but 11th appearance. So a couple of relievers have been outstanding as starters tonight.
The 2-2 breaking pitch is called. Strike 3 at the knees. The hat trick now on Aguirre. All caught looking. 3 times tonight. 2 away. That is the 6th strikeout. 7th strikeout for Gustafson. And here's Blakeman. Doubled in his first appearance and scored the only run of the game for the Crabs, and then grounded to second in his second at bat. Myers still over at first. Here's the pitch way outside. One and 0 the count. Here's the pitch, breaking pitch. Oh, he took something off, and Blakeman out in front of it. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That was his 100th pitch.
1-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch is lined in the left center field. That's going to be caught, dropped, or a base hit. Oh, and the throw from left field goes wide. Now here comes Myers. He's going to come home to score as the ball kicks around along the. That was really wild. The throw from the left fielder, Carvalho. Actually, it was the center fielder, Miller. Carvalho dived for the ball and couldn't get it. Miller picked it up and threw to third to get Myers, and the ball skipped past the third baseman, up against the backstop, and then just rolled all the way towards home plate. And by the time the catcher was able to recover, Myers had scored. So that's an error on the center fielder Miller, I believe, because he was the one that threw it in.
So is it a single or a double?
It'll be it's a double because the ball got past the left fielder.
Okay, yeah. All right.
So that'll be a double for Blakeman. And the Crabs, on a wild play, take a 2-1 lead.
Both Crab runs as a result of errors.
That's right.
They've committed, the B52's have committed 2 errors, and both of them have contributed to the Crabs' 2 runs.
That throw was not even close to third base. It was way offline. All right, so all the way to third goes Blakeman. And here's Chung, 0 for 2. And her first pitch is a fastball away. It's 1-0. So the Crabs take a 2-1 lead now in the bottom of the 6th. Well, I like the diamond. I guess I don't care. I don't get to color it in. Here's the 1-0.
Oh, because it's unearned?
Because it's unearned, I don't color them in. That's how I know how I keep track. 1-1 the count.
That's a good way to do it.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2 the count. Now a right-hander and a left-hander warming in the bullpen for the B52's. 1-2 to Chung. Here's the pitch. And he hits that one into center field. Miller has a play on it, and he will put it away for out number 3. But the Crabs get another run on 2 hits. There was an error and a runner left, and at the end of 6, they're up 2-1. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right. I'm going to take a break. I'll be back.
All righty. Get that out of here.
Want anything from the... You want anything?
What are you going to get? Oh, you're just going down here?
No.
No, I don't want anything. I'm good. Thank you. Liam, how many pitches have we thrown? All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Crestwood Behavioral Health Center in Humboldt County. It's all about the community. Looking for a rewarding career? Join our team and make a difference. Crestwood has been providing residential mental health programs at its Eureka campus since 1979. We have full-time and part-time positions available, LPTs, LVNs, assistants, and various staff positions. Visit us at 2370 Boone Street or find our ad in the annual Crabs program. Bottom third of the order for the B52's in the top of the 7th. The Crabs with a scant 1-run lead, 2-1. Both runs unearned. Antonio Carvalho, 0 for 2 on the evening, and the first pitch is fouled off to the right, strike 1. Richardson has thrown 85 pitches coming into this inning. Right-hander has been outstanding. Fastball is taken a bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Carvalho. He'll be followed by Hunter Harris and Steve Ouellette. Krusty the Crab has entered the arena, the ballpark. There's a ground ball over the middle, over second base, and into center field. A leadoff single for Carvalho. So the tying runner aboard for the B52's, and that will bring up Hunter Harris. Harris has been a victim twice of strikeouts thrown by Matt Richardson, and he takes a look down at his third base coach. See if there's a play on. Third baseman Callahan in on the lip of the infield grass. Myers holding the runner on at first. And the middle infielders, Crowell and Chung, looking for two. Right-hander versus right-hander. He shows bunt, and the pitch gets by the catcher and goes to the backstop. So it was a ball, but I think that has to go as a pass ball rather than a wild pitch, huh? Benjamin's taking a little break. I'm going to call that a pass ball. And we may have been crossed up a bit, but it was a catchable ball. So the tying run now at second base with nobody out, a 1-0 count to Hunter Harris. He again shows bunt and takes a called strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. A ball and a strike to the number 8 hitter in the B52's lineup. He has shown bunt on the first two pitches. Let's see what's happening here. Richardson will look back at second. He's not bunting this time, and he hits a high fly ball down the right field line. Moving over into foul territory and making a dive for it. Did he make the catch? I guess he did. A fine running catch by Blakeman in an area that we just can't see, just out of our vision in foul territory down the right field line. What an outstanding play by Blakeman. On the play, however, Carvalho, showing some heads-up base running, moves over to third. The Crab infield is going to come in to try and protect their one-run lead. Steve Ouellette lined out and grounded out third to first, 0 for 2, right-handed hitter. Working from the stretch, Richardson comes to the plate. Ouellette fouls it back, strike one. The tying run for the B52's 90 feet away with one out here in the top of the 7th inning. 2-1 in favor of the Crabs. No balls and a strike to Ouellette. The pitch swings and fouls it at the plate again. So as he has much of the evening, Matt Richardson working ahead of the hitters. He's got Ouellette in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander versus right-hander. And Weah flashes out the sign. Richardson comes to the plate. Low and outside. Good stop by Weah, and the count 1-2. No action as of now in the Crabs bullpen. Josh Davis warming up in the pen for the B52's. A ball and 2 strikes to Ouellette. Carvalho takes his lead at third. The pitch, high and inside, it's 2-2. Again, the Crabs infield in all the way around. Richardson set. The 2-2 delivery. Got him looking. Strike call on the outside corner with a fastball. And again, batters not pleased with the strike zone of Daniel Osborne this evening. A big strikeout. That's the 7th on the evening for Matt Richardson. And now we go to Dustin Miller. The leadoff hitter has been one thorn in the side of Richardson this evening. He has singled twice, he has walked, and he has stolen a base. So Richardson been unable to get the leadoff hitter Dustin Miller out. Left-handed hitter at the bat. Tying run 90 feet from the plate. The pitch to Miller is a breaking ball that misses wide, 1-0. Needless to say, big spot in the ball game here. Working from the stretch, Richardson's 1-0 pitch is hit high and deep to right field. Backing up is Blakeman to the warning track, to the wall. It is out of here. A home run for Dustin Miller, and the B52's have taken the lead by a score of 3-2. He got all of that one. So a big 2-out, 2-run homer by Miller. We said that Richardson had not had any success getting him out earlier, and he certainly didn't with that pitch. So Miller with his 3rd hit of the evening. He has 3 of the 7 base hits for the B. I'm surprised Gustafson's out for this 8th inning. All right. Crabgrass Band and the best staff in all of baseball, serenading the crowd with Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Crabs now on the short end of a 3-2 count as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Anthony Enwea, Jack Crowell, and Devin Lehman to face Shane Gustafson, who's thrown over 100 pitches. I'm a little surprised he's out here for the 8th inning, but he has been tough, giving up only 4 hits to Crabs batters. Enwea has been had made 2 plate appearances, but hasn't been up officially. He fouls that one at the plate, strike 1. Enwea was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning and then walked in the 5th. So he's 0 for 0. The 0-1 offering. Enwea takes a fastball wide, 1 ball and 1 strike.
1,051 folks at the ballpark tonight. And they're seeing one heck of a ball game.
Everything we could have hoped for in terms of action and excitement and just good baseball. Fastball outside. 1-2 the count to Enwea. Gustafson's 1-2 pitch. That's well outside to the backstop, and the count even at 2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Enwea, leading off the Crabs' 7th inning. 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the B52's. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no miscues for the Crabs. Shane Gustafson comes to the plate 2-2 and swing and a miss on that slider that has been wicked all night. That's his 8th strikeout of the evening. And that'll bring up Jack Crowell.
Next up, number 12, Jack Crowell.
Crowell has twice hit into fielder's choices. We won't do that this time. There's nobody on base. He's also stolen a base. He's 0 for 2 officially, and he takes the curveball a bit inside, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Crowell. That slider just misses a bit low, 2-0. After Crowell, we go to the top of the order and Devin Lehman, who has been handcuffed thus far by Gustafson. The 2-0 pitch. There's a slider for a strike, 2-1. Boy, that has been a great compliment to his heater this evening. I think he's thrown maybe 2 sliders for every fastball. 2-1 pitch.
Crabs
There's
haven't shown they can hit it.
Strike 2 called. He has mixed the pitches up well, and he's evened the count now to Jack Crowell at 2-2.
Crabs just definitely have not been able to make solid contact on that slider.
Here's the 2-2. Fastball stays up, and the count goes full.
Interesting story on ESPN the other day about how a lot of teams, the Yankees, for example, throw fewer strike fastballs now than sliders and changeups.
Huh. Little nubber into center field, a little flare that's going to drop for a base hit. So an exit field single. That'll bring up Devin Lehman. Take it. Modest lead at first, held on there by Giacomini. Left-handed hitting Lehman facing the right-hander Gustafson. The pitch to Lehman, about even. Now he backs up a step. The 1-0 to Lehman. Hits it foul off to the left and out of play, and the count even at 1. One and 1 to Lehman. Crowell leads at first. The pitch. Lehman checks his swing, and it's low, 2-1. Two and 1 to Lehman. Gustafson at the set. The runner goes. The pitch is outside. The throw to second. It goes into center. Oh, no, a nice leap by the shortstop Ouellette to keep it from going into center field. That one got away from Harris. So credit Crowell with a stolen base. It puts the tying runner in scoring position with 1 out and a 3-1 count now to Devin Lehman.
That's Crowell's 9th.
So Crowell, his 9th stolen base of the season, his 2nd tonight.
That's a big play.
It sure
because
could
it
be.
not only is it putting in scoring position, but it breaks up the double play.
Here's the 3-1. No, instead the pitcher steps off the rubber and fakes Crowell back to second. 3-1 to Lehman, a hitter's count for the leading Crabs batter this season. The 3-1 to Lehman. Curveball in there for a called strike 2.
Why are they taking that pitch? It's a strike. It's been a strike all night. Strike 1.
Here's the payoff pitch to Lehman. Here comes. Outside, ball 4. So Lehman draws a walk. And the Crabs now with runners at first and second, 1 out, and Jeremiah Burks.
And that's probably going to be it now. It looks like that's going to be it for Gustafson.
The B52 manager, John St. John, coming to the mound. Gustafson has thrown a lot of pitches for a guy who has primarily been a reliever this season, but he has not made an indication to the bullpen.
No.
And the entire infield now coming in for a conference on the mound.
Well,
Jack Crowell on second, Lehman on first, 1 down, and Burks coming to the bat.
The only thing I can figure is he doesn't have as much confidence in his bullpen as he does in Gustafson after throwing 122 pitches.
Is that what he's up to now, 122? Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of pitches.
So
the home plate umpire now going out, Osborne, to break up the confab. St. John walking to the dugout, and the B52 players take their positions. Jeremiah Burks has struck out twice and singled. He has stolen a base. Crowell leads from second, Lehman from first. The pitch to Burks. Jeremiah hits a high fly ball into center field. That's playable. Center fielder and right fielder come over. It's the right fielder who makes the catch and throws it back into the infield. So Burks, first pitch swinging, skies to Figueiredo. There are now 2 down.
That's too bad. He was not a productive out, unable to advance the runners.
And now it'll be up to Callahan. Kyle 0 for 2 with a walk. Gustafson's job is not over yet. This is probably the last batter he's going to face in the ball game. We'll see. Crab runners at first and second. And now Callahan steps out of the batter's box and takes a practice swing. Now he steps in. Gustafson gets the sign from Hunter Harris. Comes to the rest at his belt. The pitch. Fastball taken just outside 1-0. Tying run at second. Possible go-ahead run at first. The 1-0 pitch. High with a fastball, 2-0. And Gustafson, generally, when a pitcher gets tired, he tends to get wild high. And Gustafson now behind 2-0 to Callahan. From the set, the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Second baseman behind second. He's got it. Throw to second base is not in time. Here comes the runner to the plate. The throw, and he is out at the plate.
Why in the world?
So Jack Crowell tried to score on that ground ball by Callahan. The play at second base was not in time, so credit Callahan with a base hit. Crowell tried to scamper all the way around, and a close play at the plate, and he was out on a good throw from, I guess that was the second baseman who took over for.
I thought it was a shortstop. I'm not sure.
Shortstop?
Yeah.
All right. Ouellette makes the throw, and that cuts down the Crabs. So the Crabs come up empty, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. And at the end of 7 complete, it's the B52's 3 and the Crabs 2. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcata, Eureka. An exciting end to the Crabs' 7th inning as Jack Crowell tried to score from second base
for reasons
on a hit that Callahan made. They tried to get
completely unclear.
They tried to get the runner at second base and were unable to. And Crowell thought he could make it all the way home, and it was close, but a questionable decision when you've got your cleanup hitter and leading RBI man coming to the plate. They took the bat out of Ryan Meyer's hand. Well, he'll get to bat in the 8th inning. But it's different batting leadoff with nobody on. All right, here we go. Top of the 8th, Zach Wallace coming in relief of Matt Richardson. Wallace will be facing the heart of the B52's order, starting with J.Q. Fulena. Fulena hit by a pitch and scored in the 4th inning. And he takes a fastball away, a fastball for a strike, 1-0, 0-1. Blah, blah, blah. Wallace, left-handed pitcher, comes to the plate and misses high and outside. Wallace used exclusively in relief, I believe.
Yeah, 10 appearances. He doesn't have any starts. In those 10 appearances, he has 21 innings pitched, an ERA of 2.57.
High pop-up down the first.
Lena lunging at that one.
Yep. Staying alive on a pitch well outside. Over 1,000 folks in the park tonight, and they're enjoying a heck of a ball game. Wallace's 1-2 pitch hit hard into right center field. Burke's on his horse, running over. He dives.
Nice catch.
And he makes the catch. Outstanding play by Jeremiah Burks to rob J.Q. Fulena of a base hit.
Well, he made that look easy, didn't he? He just loped over there, made a dive, and caught it. Typical center field play.
Sweeter than honey.
That was nice.
That's the second outstanding outfield play tonight. Kyle Blakeman made one earlier in right field, the hit. Here's Giacomini.
Next up, number 20, Jeff Giacomini.
Giacomini 1 for 2 on the evening. He singled and grounded out pitcher to first. And last time up, he drew a free pass, getting his first look at the left-hander, Zach Wallace. One big mistake, and that was a 2-run home run. There's a foul off to the right and out. A 2-run home run in the top of the 7th inning, and that's made it 3-2 B52's. That's where we are here in the top of the 8th. 1 out and an 0-2 count on Giacomini. Wallace's pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball, got it by Giacomini. 2 down in the B52's second. Or 8th. The Crabs will have the middle of their order in the bottom of the 8th inning, starting with Ryan Myers. Here's Dalton Seymour. He has singled and twice struck out. That was against right-hander Matt Richardson. Now he's looking at the southpaw slants of Zach Wallace. And the first pitch is fouled back onto the screen, strike 1. Reminder, this weekend, An outstanding ball club coming in here, the Puff Caps. Pacific Union Financial Capitalists. And it's a team that consists of players who've just graduated from high school, all of whom have scholarships to D1 schools. It gives you an idea of the kind of talent that these guys will be bringing to the park. They have played the Crabs very tough in their appearances here at the Arcata Ballpark over the last, I guess, 3 or 4 years. All right, no balls and 1 strike to Seymour. The bases are empty, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Seymour serving as the designated hitter this evening for the B52's. The 0-1 pitch from Wallace is fouled off to the right and out of play. So we'll do it again, no balls and 2 strikes. Wallace's 0-2 delivery. Curveball is hit hard into left field. Left fielder coming over, making a running catch is Aguirre for the 3rd out. So the B52's are down in order in the 8th inning, nothing across, and at the end of 7.5, they still lead by a score of 3-2. You're listening to Exciting Crabs Baseball on KGOE 1480 Arcadia Eureka. All right, guys, let's do it now. Let's do it now. We've had a good game, but now let's win.
Chris Martin is the new pitcher.
Chris Martin?
Yeah. And he was all yellow.
Is that the lead singer of Coldplay?
Yeah.
I love that song.
That's a good song, yeah. That's right.
Who wrote the song? Chris Martin wrote it. Yeah, for me? Oh, cool, that's cool. That was for his wife, right? Gwyneth Paltrow. All right.
All right, the lead singer for Coldplay is out on the mound for the for the B52's now, Chris Martin.
His namesake, Chris Martin, left-handed pitcher picking up for Shane Gustafson. Gustafson going for his 3rd win against 1 loss this season. And he leaves if the B52's can hold on to the lead. Gustafson will get that win, and it would be a tough loss for Matt Richardson, as we said. 1 pitch to Dustin Miller with a runner on and 2 outs
that
in
was
the 7th inning. That's the difference.
Unfortunate pitch.
Here's Ryan Myers. Myers a single in 3 trips. He scored a run in the 6th inning. Myers will be followed by Alex Aguirre and Kyle Blakeman. So some big sticks up for the Crabs to face the left-handed reliever for the B52. So the B52's brought in a left-handed reliever in the 8th inning, as did the Crabs with Zach Wallace. Martin will work exclusively from the stretch, facing the right-hander Myers. And the pitch to Ryan is outside 1-0. Infield back all the way around. Left fielder has backed up a bit in left field as well. The 1-0. Ooh, it almost hits him. 2 balls and no strikes. Crabs have only been retired in order once in the ball game. That was back in the 4th inning. Fouled straight back, and the count a 2-1. So the Crabs have had opportunities. In the last inning, they had a runner thrown out at the plate to snuff out a rally.
Who knows what might have been.
2-1 to Myers. With a pitch. Fastball taken just out. Strike 2 call. Well, a little slow there with the hand up was Daniel Osborne. I thought it was outside, but he said, no, it's 2-2. Martin's 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging on an off-speed pitch. Change-up, and Myers went down. Second strikeout of the evening for Myers. And here's a Gear who was 3 times caught looking against Shane Gustafson. He's happy not to see that slider
I'm
from
sure he is.
Gustafson, I'm sure. Martin comes to the plate, and it's swung on and missed. 0-1 to a Gear. Martin's 0-1 offering. Curveball in there for a called strike 2. Slow breaking pitch. And it's 0-2. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball blew it by him. So after some soft stuff, he went with a high, hard one. And a Gear becomes the 10th Crab batter to go down on strikes in this ball game. 2 in a row by Chris Martin coming off the bench here in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Kyle Blakeman. Blakeman has been one offensive bright light for the Crabs this evening. He has twice doubled. He scored a run in the 2nd inning. He really manufactured it himself. And the last time up he doubled, got as far as third base, and that's as far as he got. Blakeman, a right-handed hitter with power, and the pitch to him is that slow breaking ball. That one stays up, 1-0. One and 0 to Blakeman. The pitch. Ground ball past the third baseman, in the hole, and into left field for a 2-out single. So Blakeman with his 3rd hit of the evening. And that'll bring up Patrick Chung.
Well, I think it's fairly obvious Blakeman's going to have to try to steal second. He's second on the club with 11 stolen bases. He's got one already tonight.
But you got a left-hander on the mound now. That
yeah,
may
left-hander
make
on
it
the
a
mound,
little
that's
tough.
true, but he's got to get in the scoring position. And with 2 outs.
Here's Chung now, left-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Chung has twice flown out to center field, one of them an outstanding play. Pitch is blocked. A good job by Hunter Harris to keep that errant pitch from going to the backstop, and it's 1-0. Chung 0 for 3 on the evening. He popped a third and then twice flew out to a left fielder, Dustin Miller. Blakeman takes his lead at first. The pitch to Chung, waved at and missed. Good changeup for Martin, and the count even at 1.
This is similar to what happened in the first game. Is we had a pitcher who didn't throw so hard. He just kept the Crabs hitters off balance. Crabs are very vulnerable. Crabs hitters are aggressive. They're very vulnerable to off-speed stuff.
Good point. There's a line drive into left field. Left fielder moves back and makes the catch. Antonio Carvalho gathers in Chung's line drive, and the Crabs come up empty in the 8th. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left, and at the end of 8 complete, it's the B52 Bombers 3 and the Humboldt Crabs 2. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia, Eureka. You know, after the crab season, we got the 121st Humboldt County Fair coming, starting August 23rd and going till Labor Day, September 4th. There's live entertainment, exhibits, 4-H animals, games for the kids, and all that yummy carnival food. Family friendly and super affordable, the fair is fun for all ages, located in the Victorian village of Ferndale, the Humboldt County Fair. Top of the 9th inning, Jordy Hart, who came in for Spencer Duggan to lead it off, and he takes the first pitch from Zach Wallace for a ball, 1-0. Hart 0 for 1 on the evening since coming in after the 4th inning. I think Spencer Duggan may have injured himself running out a double play ball. Fastball is taken for a strike, and the count even 1-1 on, it's Jordy, Jordy, Jordy Hart. Right-handed hitter. Zach Wallace out for his 2nd inning of work. He retired the B52's in order in the 8th. The next pitch is fouled back onto the screen. It's a ball and 2 strikes. If you're looking ahead to the Crabs' 9th inning, it'll be Anthony Nwia, Jack Crowell, and Devin Lehman. Wallace's job is to keep the B52's at bay. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Hart down on strikes. That's the 2nd strikeout for Zach Wallace since coming on last inning. And it'll bring up Antonio Carvalho.
Next up, number 2, Antonio Carvalho.
Carvalho singled to lead off the 7th inning. And after 2 outs, Dustin Miller stepped up to the plate and rapped a 2-run home run. That's the difference in this ball game. Carvalho 1 for 3, and the pitch to him is waved at. And not many folks leaving the park this evening.
No, not this ball game.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Wallace ahead now, no balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Carvalho. Here's the 0-2. Fastball away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wallace gets the sign from Nwia, and the 1-2 offering. Ooh, backs him off the plate with a high, hard one. It's 2-2. And now the pitching coach is coming out, and I think perhaps Wallace may have developed a blister or injured himself on that pitch because he called. And I think we got a pitcher injury here, so the Crabs are gonna have they're gonna have to let Zach Wallace go. I'm not sure what it was, but Wallace is coming out of the ball game. There was no one throwing at all in the Crabs bullpen. So we're going to have some time for a Crabs hurler to warm up. And we'll have to see who's coming out.
And it's Andrew Najib Brush.
All right.
Taking the mound for Humboldt Crabs.
Andrew Najib Brush is going to come in here in the 9th inning with a count, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Carvalho. Zach Wallace did something to his pitching hand. Best guess would be a blister. Again, we don't, unfortunately, have any way of finding out exactly what the injury is. So Andrew Najib Brush will take as long as he needs to warm up. As when a pitcher comes in for an injured hurler, he gets as long as he wants. You can hear in the background the Crabgrass Band. They have entertained over 1,000 fans tonight. And in terms of a good ball game, well, we've seen one. 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the B52's, and both those errors resulted in Crabs runs. 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Crabs. 3 of the Crabs' hits, I believe, let me check my scorebook. Yes, 3 of the 6 Crabs' hits, all by Kyle Blakeman.
That's right. It's been all Blakeman tonight. And the only extra base hits are by Blakeman, I believe. Isn't that correct as well?
I think so. Yeah, the 2 doubles. I think that's it. Now, Najee Brush has started throwing from the mound. He started earlier with just some shorter tosses. Now he's taking his actual warm-ups from the mound. And he comes in an unusual situation that there is a count on the batter, Antonio Carvalho. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I guess in this situation, Najee Brush will get credit for either the walk or the strikeout if that's what eventuates.
Or the hit or whatever,
Yeah. Well, certainly the hit, yeah. What's his number?
24.
Thank you.
As much time as he needs to warm up.
Najee Brush, a right-hander, I think. Well, I don't think there's anyone that throws harder.
He's the most overpowering, maybe, pitcher the Crabs have. They have a few, but he really
can
brings
bring
it.
He had a couple of rough starts toward the beginning of the
He did,
season.
but he's gotten it together since.
He surely
In
has.
fact, he pitched, let's see, was it last? Let's see. It wasn't last night.
He pitched in the weekend. And came in.
And struck out 6 in a row, didn't he?
Something like that, yeah. 5 out of 6. Big right-hander. And his job is quite simple. And that is to keep the B52's from scoring any here in the top of the 9th.
Oh, I was thinking of Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz came in last night and struck out everybody he faced.
Wow.
He just blew 6 batters away.
7 o'clock game against the Puff Caps, which finishes off a Sunday afternoon game at 12:30.
Again, weekend series Friday night and Saturday night at 7:30. And then the Sunday contest at 1:30. These 3 games with the Puff Caps, one of the better teams we face all year. All right, Najee Brush indicates he's ready. Enwea out to have a couple of words with him on the mound. And we're about ready to go. All right, let's reset the situation. We're in the top of the 9th inning. There is 1 out, nobody on base. A 2-2 count to Antonio Carvalho. And the B52's leading by a 3-2 score. Right-hander versus right-hander. Najee Brush gets the sign from Enwea, and the 2-2 pitch high with a fastball, and the count goes full. Three and 2 to the B52's catcher. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Carvalho down on strikes. That's the second strikeout of the inning. One by Zach Wallace, now one by Andrew Najee Brush. And that'll bring up Hunter Harris. Harris looking for his first base hit of the evening. He has twice struck out and hit a foul fly that was caught by Kyle Blakeman. Brush's pitch misses wide, 1-0. Grab infield back all the way around with 2 outs, both the shortstop Kroll and second baseman Chung on the lip of the outfield grass. Fastball just a bit high and wide, 2 balls and no strikes. What? They called it a strike. Oh my, all right. A high strike, a rare high strike, and it's 1-1. Najee Brush comes back with another fastball. It's 1-2. Swung on and missed. Najee Brush working from the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Fastball over but low, 2-2. 2-2 to Hunter Harris. Najee Brush rocks into the windup and the 2-2 offering. Got him swinging. So the B52's are struck out. The side is struck out by Crabs pitchers, but the bottom of the ninth will tell the tale. The Crabs trailing 3-2. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia Rica.
All right.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Game on the line. Crabs trailing 3-2. We'll send up Anthony Nwia, Jack Crowell, and Devin Lehman facing Chris Martin in on relief of Shane Gustafson.
Well, we couldn't have asked for a better ball game.
No, it's been a fine contest.
And whoever does win this game has certainly earned bragging rights in
right.
Humboldt County, that's for sure, because both teams have played great.
All right. And Nwia, 0 for 1 officially. He struck out in his last at bat. He's getting his first look now at the left-hander Chris Martin. Prior to that, Nwia was hit by a pitch and drew a free pass, a walk. Infield back all the way around. Nwia, big right-handed hitting catcher. Martin working from the stretch, and the pitch to Nwia is a curveball taken for a called
low
ball. Over but low, 1-0.
We're not sure yet. He still hasn't let us know. We're still waiting.
The 1-0 pitch from Martin. Outside corner for a called strike at the belt. It's 1-1. From the set. Martin's 1-1 pitch. Bounces at the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 to Nwia. Martin's pitch. Ground ball to the third baseman. He's up with it. Throws across the diamond. 1 down. That'll bring up Jack Crowell. Crowell, a single in 3 trips. He was thrown out at the plate in a crucial play in the 7th inning. Right-handed hitter. Martin gets the sign from Harris. Now steps off the rubber for a moment. Martin at the set. The pitch to Crowell. Low, 1-0. Martin's 1-0 offering. Taken high. 2 balls and no strikes. Two 2-0 to Crowell. Martin's next offering. That's in there for a called strike 1. Umpires in the stands not agreeing with home plate umpire Osborne on that one. 2-1 to count. The pitch. Ground ball down to the second baseman. He's up with it, throws to first. The Crabs are down to their last out. So it'll be up to Devin Lehman. 2 down here in the bottom of the ninth. Lehman 0 for 3 this evening. He walked in his last at bat. Left-handed hitter. Facing the southpaw Chris Martin. Trying to pick up the save and preserve the win for Shane Gustafson. Lefty versus lefty. Lehman at the bat. The pitch from Martin is grounded to the third baseman. A great stop. He's up with it, throws across the diamond in time, and the B52's win it by a score of 3-2. Fine play by J.Q. Folina. The hot shot down the third base line, and that'll do it.
Well, that's a big win for the B52's, and they shut down the Crabs' big hitters tonight. They got Myers to strike out twice. They got Aguirre to strike out 4 times, and Callahan could only muster a walk. So when you shut down the big hitters, that's how you win ball games.
Yep, the Crabs' offensive juggernaut was stalled tonight as they lose their 5th game of the season against 33 wins. The B52's go to 28-7, and the teams displaying good sportsmanship, hugging and,
great ball game.
Shaking hands down on the field. It was an outstanding ball game. Everything you could have wanted. Of course, Crabs fans could have one more thing, and that was a victory. But you sure could not deny that we saw an outstanding ball game here at the park tonight. Benjamin, what are the final totals tonight?
For the B52's in victory, 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. For the Crabs, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors.
Again, the winning pitcher, the starter, Shane Gustafson, picked up his 3rd win against 1 defeat. He was absolutely outstanding, and a very tough and a save to Chris Martin, who was excellent in the final 2 innings for the Bombers. Richardson took the loss, tough loss, at 1 big home run to Dustin Miller, who had to be the offensive player of the night. Miller 2 singles and the 2-run home run that was the difference in the 7th inning. So that'll do it from the ballpark tonight. The Crabs lose only their 5th game of the season, and now we head into a weekend series with a very good Puff Caps team. Hope you'll be with us Friday night at 7 o'clock for the first of that 3-game set. Any final thoughts tonight, Benjamin? No. Okay,
I got nothing.
Right.
I got nothing.
Benjamin, takes these defeats it's a very tough thing. I hope he'll show up to class tomorrow. Taxpayers are depending on it. All right, that'll do it from the ballpark tonight. For my good friend and broadcasting buddy, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer, for Liam Warner, for Trace and all the guys in the booth, I'm Hulk Holcomb, and we're rounding third and heading for home. Hey, there's the girlies.